on this episode of Wild on the Set.
I have had so many girlfriends, you know.
A talking grizzly bears it all in the bathtub in Dr. Dolittle 2. How big of a bathtub do you need for a grizzly? Very big. Next on Wild on the Set. We know he walks with the animals. We've heard him talk with the animals.
Every female is looking for the strongest male.
But what about personality?
Anytime, lady.
And now, in the second installment of Eddie Murphy's Dr. Dolittle, we'll see him perform with the animals.
It's about power.
In the first film, Dr. Dolittle acquired his ability to communicate with the wild kingdom. Now, he needs to use his animal telepathy to help the environment and save a furry companion's life.
You're an endangered species.
Hey, is that a threat, buddy?
That friend is played by Tank the Bear.
Good boy. Tank's a young 6-year-old brown bear. He's mature, but he's not fully physically grown. He's got another 3 years to 4 years before he reaches his pretty much maximum size.
Tank's trainer, Doug Seus, is no stranger to bear necessities.
I started out 28 years ago. We did all North American animals, but bears are our love. Oh, Tank, you see yourself. Come on, Tank. Isn't that amazing? He saw himself in the mirror. Tank, come. Bears are as intelligent as apes. They're so intelligent they can learn in 1-2 repetitions what you want of them. Sit. Good boy. The secret to working with bears is a lot of play, not demanding things, you know, having fun. Interspersing what you're requesting from them with fun and games, a romp around, play, tug of war, add a lightheartedness to the tasks you're asking.
Nice! Good boy! Yeah, nice job!
The Seus family's love of bears is expressed through an organization called Vital Ground. This conservation society is on a never-ending mission to save the habitat of the grizzly bear. And for its first 10 years of existence, the preservation effort's flashiest figure was Doug's legendary film bear, Bart.
Tank now has taken over for Bart, Big Bart, who passed away last May, as the ambassador for Vital Ground. This is his most important role. This is Bart's most important role. Without wild, holy places, there's not much merit to being on this planet. All right.
Tank has some mighty big paws to fill to measure up to Bart's legacy. And Dr. Dolittle is a huge romp in the right direction. In the animal communication comedy Dr. Dolittle 2, Eddie Murphy is sharing screen time with a ton of warm, fuzzy fun. His colossal co-star is Tank the grizzly bear.
It's great having a bear in this movie. We had a lion in the last movie. The bear is more lifelike. It's got arms and legs, and it can stand up, and it can perform, and it can hug and clap and dance and do somersaults. Having that bear really gives us another dimension.
Oh, good boy.
Because Tank was such a key figure in the film, Doug Seus and his team of trainers needed several months to get their Hollywood heavy ready for the role of his life.
We know what is called for in the script, but what we try to do is add the character dimension to each one of those behaviors. You don't make it work, you make it play. You make it fun. You don't make it routine. You add dimensions.
Good boy, all right.
Hi, Tank. Good boy, get your tongue.
One scene called for Tank to be soaking in the bath, then turn and recognize an incoming rooster. Getting this grizzly to bear left took a little doing.
And sometimes they wanted the head moving because when the head moves, it adds a dimension to the eyes, to the look. Oh, good.
In order to create this carefree conduct, Doug bathes his restless thespian with direction and then showers him with praise.
Oh, good boy. Oh, good. Bears are boisterous. Bears are robust. Bears like energy. They like emphasis, and so it makes them feel good. They know they're on the right track. It's a bridge that you're doing right thing, and that's so good and proud of you. It's all part of the interaction of the relationship. Good. Shake your head. Shake. Good. That's so good.
Approval and rewards go a long way toward the teaching process.
Wide. Close your mouth. Good boy. Good boy.
Positive reinforcement will lead Tank to a mark.
Good boy. Tank, Good.
into a lounge chair,
Good.
and the affectionate fawning even convinced the boisterous bear to trip the light fantastic.
Boy, in this way. Good boy, all right. Yay. Good boy, stay.
Bears always surprise you. Bears are as varied in their personalities as any human. They're as varied in their personalities, they're as varied in their moods from day to day. As you know each other through the years, you anticipate them without even knowing it. You become molded together and you become one symbiotic being.
And the bonds that form between trainers and animals are the key to any Hollywood story.
So good.
When the producers of Dr. Dolittle 2 needed a bear to star alongside Eddie Murphy, they brought in Tank, the grandest grizzly of them all.
I think you'll see a bear performance here that has never, this is the Academy Award of bear performances. You've never seen a bear do what this bear can do.
The high expectations are a lot to live up to for Tank and his trainer, Doug Seus. But on the day of filming, this big-time celebrity proves that he's a washing machine.
The scene is Tank in his bathtub. Dr. Dolittle's talking to Tank. He has to go in the bathtub on cue. He has to relax on cue. He's got to scratch himself. And we've got these different behaviors on him so that he will look at ease in the bathtub.
Yoga. Good boy, all right.
Then it's time for this bathtub bear to clean up.
We go through a checklist with the crew, the do's and don'ts, and the crew respects that. The longer you shoot, the more familiar the crew becomes with Tank, and Tank becomes with the crew.
He moves around in this tub a lot, and there's water going everywhere.
It adds a routine to the situation. Bears like routine, and so when the routine sets in, it becomes easier to work.
After some serious setup, the director is ready to roll.
Right there and say line.
You want, can we do that? Let's try it. Hey, all Jake.
Good boy, get in your tub.
It was time for Tank to wash his troubles away and soak in the glory.
Good, Tank, good. Stay. Look here. Stay. Good boy. Oh, you're so handsome. Good boy. Look. No. Good. Good. Oh, that's good. Good boy. Oh, he's so good.
Later in the day, this brown bear has to play a jail bird, on his hind legs no less.
How many takes you gonna do now?
We're gonna do 2.
We're gonna take one take, but it's gonna be a real long one.
So the concerns going in is, as an actor, he is a freshman. This was his first pressure. You know, numerous sequences in a day, under different circumstances, interior shots, working long hours, working with a number of people in difficult choreographed roles.
For this scene, members of the crew will read out Tank's lines while he stands and acts.
Bear hug. Come on, give me a hug.
Doug's bear will have to be on his toes and on his mark for a long prison term.
That was good, yeah,
Doug and the director want one more take where Tank turns his jailhouse blues into a breakout performance.
Absolutely not. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Give me a hug.
For safety, Eddie Murphy performs with a stand-in for Tank, who will be replaced with the bear later. Making sure audiences see and hear Tank's performance is the job of digital animators at Rhythm and Hues in Los Angeles. It's their task to help this silent film star make some noise.
The most difficult part about working with live animals and trying to help them talk is that they really don't talk. And the things that they just naturally do when they're working, as they start getting hotter, they start breathing and they lick their lips when they're eating. They're licking just because they ate a treat that the trainer gave them. That also changes their whole face. And so all those things have to be hidden, and a regular talking face has to be applied to them.
It took a lot of work to achieve this grizzly's vocal performance, but the massive undertaking will all be worthwhile once audiences meet Tank, the talking bear.
You're a very rare bear. You're what's called a Pacific Western bear. You know what that is?
Yes, I know. Look, I can play any kind of bear. I've got range, grizzly, panda, polar. Here, check out my polar. I am freezing!
Yes, funny stuff, Archie.
Best part for me with working with bears, I just love bears. I just love being in the woods with them. They're dynamic energy, they're a force. They're on the top of the food chain. They're, as far as I'm concerned, the most magnificent animal there is in the wild places.
Doug's love for Tank is the key to his jaw-dropping performances.
I'm famous. Look, have you been to the gift shop? I have my own Beanie Baby.